Imagine you counted your time like you counted your money. Unfortunately, we don't, because we haven't yet learned how to add value to our time or how we spend it. Hi everyone, I'm Jody Kolbee and welcome to another session of What's Your Story. Today we're going to be talking about how to valuate your time, in other words, how to add an estimated value to it. Evaluation is sort of like conducting an audit to establish the estimated value of something. All right, so that's what we're going to be discussing today. And one of the biggest challenges to wasteful expenditure, and by wasteful expenditure, I'm talking about time, is that until you fully come to terms with its value and the perceived loss when you waste it, you'll never learn how to guard it or how to spend it wisely on things that add value to your life. Rather than just gifting it away and wasting it on things that don't really matter. Now, this session is going to be great if you're trying to figure out why your life hasn't moved forward to achieve the goals that you want, or if you're a freelancer trying to establish what you should be charging for your time or service. In fact, this is going to apply to anyone who feels undervalued or underpaid within the work environment as well. So let's see how we can give you some tips on how to unstuck yourself, because really that's how you feel, right? You feel like you're stuck, you're not moving forward, you're not going anywhere, and this is really going to help you evaluate your time properly. So the first thing that I want you to do is think about this. I want you to take 20 minutes out of your day to just sit down and quiet your mind. All right, you need that time. You need to calm the noise in your mind that's distracting you, because there's a lot. Often we're just busy. We're not really productive. We're just busy. So take this time to just sit down, shut up, and tell those voices in the cheap seats in your head to be quiet. The next thing that you'll need to do is to take a good hour or maybe two, to establish what your skills are, your personal skill set, and what you've learned and perfected over the last few years. And ask yourself, are there people out there in the world who are monetizing the skills that you have? And what are they being paid for the same level of service or quality that you perform through those services on a day-to-day basis? All right. If you haven't attained a skill yet, or the skill that you really want, okay, I want you to think about this. Pick a skill and be realistic about what's truly attainable. And it's got to be something that you really want, or something you've always wanted to do. And then ask yourself what those skills are valued at. And that should give you a quantifiable value, basically. Try to find a value for this service over, let's say, a month or a year. Now, you're going to divide that value over a month or even a week, and then break it down to the value within a day, and then break it down further to the value within an hour. All right? That's the value of your time. And let's take a look at your time this past week and think back to how much time you've spent being truly productive. Okay? That's how much time you added value and were growing and earning on that value. Okay. Now, if what you were actually earning does not line up with the value that you just estimated, then it means that something's wrong. And what it means is that some serious steps need to be taken in your life right now in order to align your estimated value with what you're actually being paid, or what you're earning right now. So this is where I'm going to ask you to be really harsh with yourself and take things in full control and be really hardcore with how you spend your time. So here's how you can avoid some wasteful expenditure. And again, like I said earlier, by wasteful expenditure, I'm talking about wasting time, wasting money. Now that you know the estimated or perceived value of your time, let's take a look back on this last week again and count how much time, and be honest, how much time you've wasted, let's say scrolling through Facebook and social media, doing absolutely nothing productive with your time. Alright, think about this. You're just scrolling through news feeds, liking, sharing random memes and things like that. That hasn't really been productive. I also want you to start counting the hours you spent, let's say, playing games or, acting a fool. Now, unless this is how you meditate or unwind, it's understandable. Everyone has their own way of unwinding, gaming on the phone, on a PC, or whatever it is to, add entertainment value into your life. But you have to measure this carefully. You've got to measure that time that you spend doing frivolous things as well. Remember, there's now a value to your time, and spending all that perceived money, aka your time, on gaming or entertainment value is a little bit reckless, right? You're also going to look at the time you spend just, feeling defeated, feeling miserable, feeling petty, and staring at the ceiling at times, just daydreaming. That's a real waste of your time. Even, spending time feeling petty or feeling defeated, putting yourself down all the time, that's not a productive use of your very expensive time. So, let's ask ourselves now, how much value did you waste after you calculated that? Seriously, count the hours and multiply that by the value of your time that you've just estimated. How much money have you lost? It's a scary thought, right? Now that you know how to evaluate your time, I think things will start to take shape in your mind, and you'll learn how to use your time wisely in a much, much bigger way. And that's the truth, that's all it takes, really. Now apply it to how you go about conducting your business, your professional career, even your personal life, and start tackling your goals. Because if they're really your life goals, and you want it so, so, so badly, you wouldn't really be wasting your time on things that don't draw you closer, would you? Yes, I get it. You have a 9 to 5. That's called taking responsibility. It's being responsible. It's what puts food on your table. But that is not the beginning and the end of your life. All right? Your life does not revolve around your 9 to 5, and it shouldn't. What you should be doing is carving out some time out of your day to focus on your big dreams too. It's your story, it's your success, and it's all within your grasp. How badly do you really want it? So that's what I want you to start focusing on this week, is to start valuating your time and really taking responsibility and ownership of that. So that's my little story, guys. I hope you found value in today's session, and I look forward to bringing you the next session of What's Your Story in my next podcast, so that we can really start digging deep into how we add value to our lives, how we can be more productive as business leaders, as thought leaders, and work on our personal branding, on our personal story. I'm Jody Kolbee, and I'm wishing you a productive week ahead. And remember to be the narrator of your own story. Thanks so much, and goodbye.